It has been brought to my attention and suggested by some, I think, some good people, some well-intended people, that somehow in the future there is a position for one Candace Owens. That Candace Owens that it might behoove her, dare I say, to throw her hat into the ring, to run for office. There's all this talk about Erica Kirk maybe running for vice president, being on the ticket, which is beyond absurd. It is against nature that this Boeotian would get anywhere near a position of authority or a position of control where she could destroy things and institutions. That's absurd. But as far as merch, as far as I sounded like Erica there, merch. Hey guys. Anyway, but as far as Candace goes, here is what I am suggesting for her. And if she ever needs me to flesh this out, or as my friend says, to flush this out, I'll be more than happy to abide her. Number one, you can't get anything done in terms of politics if you have to go through the party system. Whatever dreams, aspirations, ideas, or plans you had intended at first will be forever destroyed completely and totally by virtue of a system that is so horrid and so terrible and so fake and so demeaning and so uniparty in its very nature that anything she might have intended to do initially to make things better or to make the world better would have been destroyed by virtue of the system. That's number one. Number two, you're basically a rubber stamp, with the exception of President Trump, by the way, who's very, very, very different. But you're in essence a rubber stamp of a policy. Joe Biden was or his auto pen for that matter, was in essence a final sign-off, the rubber stamp, so to speak, of a policy system, of a platform reality that was worked out and created by factions, globalist concerns, think tanks, name it, whether it's the UN or the CFR or WEF. It was a brain trust, and I use that term loosely, a loosely associated conglomerate of people who have absolutely no interest whatsoever in the United States, who have no interest whatsoever in maintaining the rules of the road, so to speak, of the United States, up to and including things such as following the Constitution, following the rules that we have laid down. They're not interested in that. Joe Biden had no interest ever, at least his auto-ped or his immediate circle, had no intention of abiding by or creating the further proliferation of those items, those trends, those ideas, which are part and parcel of our system. They don't do that. That's not what they wanted to do. Trump was different. Trump had certainly his allegiance to some factions. We could argue that all day long. But for the most part, he thought a little out of the box and wanted to do things his way, at least with a governance style that was all his own. If Candace Owens really wants to affect the world, I think positively, which I think is her goal, for her family, for her future grandchildren, for her friends, for the country that I believe she loves, she will use this platform of power and apply it in a way that nobody has ever done in a long time. Let me be very unequivocal about this. She is, without a doubt, today, the most powerful person in media today. That's not an exaggeration. That's not hyperbole. That's not puffery. That's none of the above. She is without a doubt, the most powerful person today. She has an independence. She has a style. She has a maverick characteristic. She laughs at her opponents. She just laughs. She has a power, a guts factor, a bravado, a brio that we have not seen perhaps ever. Perhaps ever. And I mean that. And I don't think I'm being exaggerative at all regarding that. I really don't think so. What she can do, and what I want to see her do eventually, is the following. Nothing that happens in the world can be done without politics. Nothing can be done without a president, without a governor, without a city council, without somebody implementing into law the legislative or the executive firepower that is required to make real change. You and I can talk about things all day long. We can talk about everything from Pizzagate to you name it. I don't know what you want to call it. To Satanism, Luciferian, whatever you think is interesting, doesn't matter. I can uncover LLCs and marriage licenses from the Franzl family from the beginning of time. I can do all of these things. And it means nothing if it's just for our parlor game excitement. Hey, that was interesting. Hey, did you see this? Lori Franzl was actually married 12 times versus 5. Huh. Hey, did you know that Erica never went to Liberty College? She never got a summa cum laude. Okay, fine. What does it mean? It means nothing. It's interesting. It's fun. It's gossipy. It's kind of bitchy. It's fun. It means nothing in the long run. That's not where I want to go. My idea of getting to the bottom of stuff is not to upend or to deep dive or plumb the depths or unpack the provenance of Lori Franzl or any of those others. That's not my thing. What my thing is, more important than anything else, is a very, very simple rule. A simple rule that deals with the following. I want to find out, for example, give you an example. Let's assume there is somebody who is running for office in Louisiana, re-election. That person is a very powerful Republican on a very important board, a very important congressional subcommittee. And we don't like what that person's doing. This individual dropped the ball when it came to, let's say, declassifying or releasing information as to Epstein. Let's say we're very upset about that. Very upset. And Candace says, well, here's what I'm going to do. Mr. So-and-so, because you have let us down, and we need a scalp to show the power of this, I am going to unleash the Candace Owens Political Action Committee. Call it the KPAC, or whatever you want to call this. Or COPAC, Candace Owens Political Action Committee. And COPAC will show you our power. And if Candace Owens were to say to her millions of admirers, I want you to send $5 to the campaign coffers of this individual, this targeted individual's opponent, to show them we mean business. And I want you to make sure that you, especially if you live in that area, I want you to start picketing his district office. And I want local news and media to pick up on it. And I want to show the world that we mean business when it comes to this. We're not kidding around. This is not a joke. And then they will say, wow, who is this Candace Owens? And then others will say, she is the most important, the biggest, most powerful person in news today. The most powerful person in media, certainly, but the most powerful person in politics. Because people will vote for her recommendation because they will vote for her inadvertently. She's not going to run for office herself. Please don't ever do that. Don't ever get this wild idea that you could become, and I'm sure you could, but it will neutralize you and neuter, pardon the expression, but it will destroy you. You would lose your efficacy. You would lose your ability to enjoy any type of power, any whatsoever. But you must do this immediately. And you must understand something which is also very, very critical. These are different times. It's a different world. We have the internet. We have platforms. We have YouTube. We have a contingency. It's not a red state, a blue state. It's a Candace state, or it's whoever the next version of this is. I use Candace because it's the best way to embody or to typify or to describe this particular movement that we're in. She could make more of an impact than anything anybody could have ever imagined. And you will follow her. You will follow her recommendations. You will follow her beliefs. You will follow her thoughts because you love her. You respect her. You admire her. You love the fact that she is basically put, aside from being just astronomically successful at what she's doing in terms of media, but she's doing it because she loves it. You can't be as effective as she is and not truly believe what it is that she's saying. You can't do this and not believe in what you're saying. You can't. She's the most sincere person I've ever seen. Joe Rogan may be the most listened to, may be popular by virtue of those dynamics. But when it comes to the person who is the most powerful, without a doubt, it's Candace. And if she can do this, I'm telling you right now, if she can say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go after not Lori or the Franz family or Erica. It's not just that, and it's not just about vindicating or seeking the revenge of Charlie. No, that's a part of it. What it is, and what we're looking to do, is to pursue a way of thinking, a new ideal that believes in truth, that believes in family, that believes in Christianity or Catholicism or faith, whatever it is. She will define the borders of this precept, and she will turn these people loose. And that faction, millions strong, could change an election. Because Americans are apathetic. Americans don't get off of their butts and vote or march or do anything. They just don't. We are ruled by a minuscule group of people who have no interest whatsoever in our well-being. Candace Owens could change that immediately. And if you think I'm kidding, if you think I'm exaggerating, you've got another thing coming. But let me ask you, what do you think? Put in the comments section what your thoughts are. If she were to say to you that I'm going to be the next Cesar Chavez or I'm going to be the next Gloria Steinem, I'm not replicating their thoughts, but in terms of an analogy, how powerful they were. John Lennon was extremely powerful. There were people who really were extra governmental, who had a tremendous effect on everyone. What do you think, dear friend? And have I thanked you for your support of me lately? If I haven't, shame on me. Thank you for this. What do you think? Put your thoughts and comments down. How big can she get? And what would you do to follow through with the thoughts, the wisdom, the intellect, the prowess, the plan, the purpose, the abecedarian superstructure, the expatiation foundation, the way she describes in limbs, the bases? What would you do to promote that? I think you'd be all in. I would, gladly. Because Candace Owens is a force, I'm telling you. And by the by, they're going to come after her. They're going to call her everything from an anti-Semite to a hate-based Islamophobe, whatever. Get ready for that. And it won't mean anything. Because it hasn't meant anything so far. Truth will always win. Truth, sincerity, and authenticity will always win. Thank you, dear friend. Have a great and a glorious day. My best to you and your family. I wish you, again, the greatest. And my sincere thanks for your following me. Please be so kind as to like this video. Please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And until we meet again, my friends, this is me, your new best friend, Lionel, saying to comment as you see fit.